If I were just starting out, here's exactly the minimal kit I would have so I'm covered for any production. We're talking narrative, music video, interviews, commercial, photo, or project. This can all pack into my car, and it costs around $5K. This will last you for a very long time. So let's talk about this camera kit. We've got the Sony a7 IV. This thing is crazy. It has 4K 60 capabilities. You can shoot RAW when you use an external monitor. Speaking about this camera, slapping a cage on here makes it super modular. You can put all kinds of different accessories on when it comes to these 1/4 inch to 3/8 inch threads. We got a 24-70 G master here. Now you don't need to go that expensive. There are some budget-friendly options like Sigma and Tamron that also have a wide focal length choice like this. This can stop down to f2.8 for some crispy bokeh. Speaking of the lens, you got to think about filters. I love this variable ND filter. We got the signature edition from Peter McKinnon. This thing is basically like sunglasses for your lens. It lets you stop down to like an f2.8 on this lens in broad daylight so that you can still get the bokeh you want without having to blow out your image. Also in this camera kit, we got this Pelican case for our media. We got 2 high-speed memory cards here. We have a memory card here for audio as well. This thing is practically indestructible. We actually ran it over with a car in one of our previous YouTube videos. All right, go for it. Oh, double it? Oh, shit. We also have extra NPF batteries and a charger. You never want to get caught with your battery dying and not having a backup, so needless to say, that's why that's there. And then we have an SSD to put our recordings onto while we're on set, because when we're dumping cards, we want to have some fast storage for the project that we're going to be working on later. Talking about the camera, I mentioned this Atomos Ninja here. We have a kit for it here as well. This thing will run you just around $500, and that sounds like a lot, but it unlocks all kinds of professional features from your camera. The biggest thing about this Atomos Ninja is it unlocks RAW recording in your camera, which can give you so much room to play with in post. So I highly recommend it if you can afford it. Speaking of what else is in this kit, we talked about the cage. We have a top handle here. You can get all kinds of creative angles. You just slap it onto your cage with this 3/8 inch thread here, and you're good to go. We also got a couple NPF batteries here. These just always come in handy when you're on set. These are gonna come in handy for our lighting equipment we have coming up. Now let's talk about audio. When I think of a one-man band kit, I think a shotgun mic and 1 lav mic. So that's what we got here. We have a DD D4 Duo with a windscreen here. Get some crispy audio from the front and the back. And then we have this DD BPT-RX here. This lav mic, it's killer. It has internal recording, and then you can also upgrade and get another receiver so that you can have time code or do wireless recording as well. This thing paired with a shotgun mic makes for great audio when it comes to interviews, narrative, you name it. You will need a micro SD card in order to record internally on this thing, but it does come with a lavalier, so that's a plus. And the last note on audio, we have all kinds of expendables in our kit like this that help you mic your subject, and they always come in handy in a pinch. So make sure to check out that list over here. I promise you'll find it handy. And the last thing I wanted to mention in this case, we got a handy dandy multi-tool here. This thing always comes in handy. I mean, you got the pliers, you got the tools, and you got a knife for whenever you need to randomly cut something. I always keep this with my camera and my accessories because you always need a tool to screw things on and off. We're talking about tripod base plates, you name it. This thing has every little tooltip that I need. So let's get into our grip and lighting. We got a 5-in-1 reflector. This thing always comes in handy. We're talking about a bounce, negative fill. If you don't know what that is, go check out our TikTok. We have a lot of tutorials on there when it comes to bounces, lighting, you name it. We have a P60X here as one of our mobile lights for this one-man band kit. This thing is an awesome 60-watt bicolor panel. Always comes in handy. It comes with a softbox. So let's talk about my handy dandy milk crate here. We got our power strips for our electric. We have a few extension cords for our lighting. I have this little MC here. This is an RGB WW pocket light. This thing always comes in handy when it comes to on-the-go shooting. Maybe you just need a little bit more touch of a light, but you don't have a bounce to spare or a fill light. Throw this into your backpack or your one-man band kit. Talking about lighting, we have this Amaran 200X as our main key. This thing has some crazy output. It's bi-color. You can control the color temperature of this thing all the way from 2700 Kelvin to 6500 Kelvin. And why would you want to do that? Well, sometimes you might be shooting an interview and you might have some practicals that are more of a tungsten color, and maybe you want to have your key match those practicals so you don't have contrasting color temperatures in your shot. And it has this Bowens mount, so you can put so many different modifiers onto it. That's where our Light Dome Mini 2 comes into play, so we can have some nice soft light paired up with this P60X. I think this is a great combo. Speaking of practicals, we got this B7C over here, which is basically a practical filmmaking bulb. It can be controlled with an app and it's RGB WW. It always comes in handy on set because maybe you have a flickering practical going on in the background. This thing does not flicker, and not to mention there's an internal battery in this thing. You just charge it up or put it into your light socket and you're good to go. Absolutely love that thing. We've got this random lens cleaning kit here. You never want to leave your house without this. You got your handy dandy pocket rocket in here. If you ever end up with dust on your sensor, you just give it a little blow and get that dust right off. We got your cleaning solution, microfiber cloth. Never leave without these because you never want to be on a project and have a messed up lens or messed up sensor and wonder, what do I do? In our one-man band kit, we got this small rig fluid head tripod here. We're going fluid head because we want some nice soft panning shots, and this thing is crazy sturdy. You have a base plate that can fit pretty much any size camera. Let's talk about light stands. We got this 3-pack from Manfrotto. Take one out just so you can see. They all connect together too, so they're nice and portable, and they're good for storage. Now these things, they're sturdy. They come in a 3-pack. They're about $300-ish. Make your life easier and get something that's modular and easy to transport. Now you're gonna need something to weigh down your light stands. We got these 2 sandbags here, but you can also do it on the cheap for around $20 with a Photo Sandbag 4-pack. Then you just fill it up with some gravel from Home Depot, or you can just buy 3 20-pound sandbags from B&H for about $25 each. You know, pick your poison, but these are a necessity on set so you can stay safe and have your equipment not fall over. And we have this rock and roller, so you don't have to break your back carrying all your gear from your set to your car. Now this is what everything looks like set up with our intern Noah as a model. This kit will serve you great. Feel free to add or subtract things for your own workflow. If you like this video, drop a like, make sure you subscribe, and you'll probably love one of our other videos like this interview lighting one over here. We'll see you in the next one.